Hello once again, my dearly departed shades.
What tidings?
The spirit's flaw.
The spirit's flaw. Ooh. What was that? That was so cool.
Ever more to do?
That's weird. It only happens when you leave, not when you go in, though. Oh, a little bit.
Unseen visitor.
That's cool. I didn't notice the lighting. I will say, the Morn Watch, like, hub of operations, I think is the coolest that I've seen in a very long time. It's tight, and I'm trying to think of a way that this would work. Because, I mean, it worked phenomenally well as a...
Good.
This is one of the few locations where it feels like the location was designed around it actually being an authentic location in the world, rather than it being more spaced out like a video game level. Because I felt both Minrathous and Arlathan kind of suffer from that
Morrigan
effect.
was the transposition of Mythol,
The what?
the carrier of the spirit. Not as a full possession, but gaining memories of the past.
Oh, okay.
Rumor has it, Morrigan helped the Inquisitor, possibly by turning into a dragon too.
She what? How'd she do it? What kind of dragon?
Well,
now
I
she's
wasn't
interested.
there.
We have to ask her next time.
Okay, you know what? I actually kind of like that. It's like, for the most part, Tosh just doesn't give a shit, but then it's like, oh, dragon? I heard dragon? Dragon.
Someone finally stopped that spirit from scattering bones all over the place.
Oh, they're talking about me. That spirit that we stopped because they were basically deciding they wanted to be mischievous, so they were scattering people's bones all over the place. You ready? Not yet. Okay. What are those? Oh, this is the upper terraces. That's right. Let me see. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, wow, I completely missed this chest the first time. Was it locked up? Dying Wish. Ooh! Upgraded legendary! Oh, epic, sorry. It's my Destiny brain coming through. Because in Destiny, purple is legendary. In this, gold is legendary. What is... Oh god, I'm forgetting. What the hell is red? Because, I mean, red is also very prolific. Red in this is unique. Ooh, that's like the top echelon. I do actually like the fact that gold isn't like the top echelon. Instead, it's a red color. Nope. So, yeah. So, it's a level 40 undead dragon. And that would also be my first dragon fight. Second dragon fight in the game. And I'm not ready.
We've much to
Especially not because it's level 40. And it's like, I was trying to fight a level 37 Revenant earlier. That didn't go over well. Because, good fucking god, it was a nightmare. Not even because I was under level, it's just the bosses are super fucking tanky. And the arena with... Okay, here's the thing. There is two options in this game for arenas in how you fight. You either get super spacious and plenty of room to actually fight, which makes avoiding attacks a little easier, or it's really fucking clunky and too small. The first Revenant that I fought in the Crossroads was actually a relatively decently sized room. It was a throne room. The other one that I will inevitably fight, but I have not yet, was Oh shit. This arena I don't necessarily mind. You do have to be wary of the barriers on the edges, but that does also mean that you can put a little bit of distance in between your enemies if you're fighting melee enemies. Only thing that I have a problem with in this game is ranged attackers. Ranged attackers are fucking annoying. Oh, that was easy. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, ranged attackers in this game are fucking annoying. Seriously, it's not even funny. The problem is they don't do like a few on the fringes and then also try to keep your attention with a few melee enemies. It's almost all of them, like melee enemies and ranged enemies, are virtually the same, which pisses me off because they can do either one rather than having like a set class, which makes them harder to deal with. Oh, there is like an extra room over there. The Alluvion? Huh. Where are we? Oh, I went the wrong direction. Wait, no, hold on. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, and we are going into Evoker. Or, sorry, not Evoker. This is... What is this called? Deathcaller. How much is it? Oh, that is a good trade-off. Alright. So this is... 932. Oh, that actually went up. 932. 422. Sucks, because I really do like that ability. 422. 102. 350. 873. And 1,000. Jesus Christ. Okay. We're gonna put this right here. Actually, we're gonna switch them. So this has got to go here just because I'm a sucker for keeping things in order. And then Corrupted Ground also requires 2 things, so I need one that doesn't require anything. Because this is an applies weakened, this detonates sundered, this also detonates sundered. Ooh. I mean, it's an area of effect. Oh. Duration and blast. That's area and blast, though. Damn. Means I wouldn't have any big abilities to use. I need the Ice Blast. The weakened, that one has saved my ass many, many times. But... Control and blast. I think we're gonna try it out for a little bit. I wish I had one that detonates weakened, though. That one applies overwhelm. That applies weakened, but then so does the other one. Applies weakened. I will say, though, Corrupted Ground definitely comes in handy sometimes, though. For larger enemies, I will... Oh my god, I'm actually considering it. Jesus Christ. Ugh, that almost hurts. I've had Fireball in my thing for so long. Aha! We have one person. Thank you for joining us today. What I was saying, I'm not entirely sure if you were here in time to catch it. What I was saying earlier was... What the fuck? Oh, okay. What I was saying earlier was I really, really love the Mournwatch base. I actually genuinely love the way the necropolis is laid out. Crumbling necropolis, I've heard complaints that sand here is impeding work, but consider, we are too deep for it to be from the surface. It falls endlessly, yet its mass does not increase nor decrease. Don't touch not my sand. Okay. That's kind of weird. Got that one. Oh. I haven't been in here yet.
At once.
Hey. On beetles? Hold on, I'll find a home for you. I might have to come back for you, though. Go ahead. Go back. I'll come back for you. I just found an entirely new area that I didn't know about before, so... Damn it, it was right there. Okay, hold on. Now that I actually know where I'm going... sorry. Anyway, what I was saying earlier was I genuinely love how the necropolis in Navarra is laid out. It genuinely feels like a real in-game map rather than feeling kind of like... Some of the maps in this game feel more like video game maps, like they're meant to be played in a video game rather than like maps that would exist naturally in the real world. Something like Denerim or this place, I suppose. But then you have maps sort of like Arlathan and Minrathous where it's almost entirely not linear, but I guess Minrathous is also a bad example because, I mean, that's laid out like a normal city, but Minrathous is also like really small, surprisingly. Like, you have Dumont Plaza, which is supposedly where the big blood sacrifice happened during, you know, the Ancient Age. When the... Oh my god, I always forget the name of the group of mages. The Tevinter Magisters, the ones who ripped open the Fade. Supposedly they sacrificed hundreds of slaves to rip open the Fade in Dumont Plaza. And Dumont Plaza in the game is like tiny. I was expecting something more akin to like the Wide in Baldur's Gate 3. Well, we don't actually get to see Baldur's Gate 3, but like D&D in general, the Wide is celebrated for being like a huge marketplace in Baldur's Gate. And I was, you know, expecting something a little more like that from Minrathous, where you have these big streets. Because, I mean, it is the oldest city in the entirety of the Empire, and so and like I said, it should have reflected Roman and Byzantine architecture, and instead it kind of looks almost Southeast Asian, but like, to be fair, most of the architecture in this game is very, very samey. If you're in Minrathous feels like a lot of Minrathous' architecture almost seems dwarven, which is not consistent because Tevinter started building their Imperium long before they ever met the dwarves. But like a lot of their doorway structures look dwarven, and they should, like I said, we've seen Minrathous before. We've seen Tevinter architecture before, specifically in the series Dragon Age Absolution, which I don't necessarily recommend. It's not a great show. But at the very least, it gave us a feel for how Tevinter was described in past series. And plus, we also do have the Tevinter Highway, which runs through Ferelden as well. And like the structure of it hinted, like since it kind of looked a little bit like an aqueduct, that the Tevinter Imperium's architecture was very much inspired by that of, you know, ancient Byzantium. What sucks is Arlathan's architecture is almost exactly the same. And I'm just like, there was no uniqueness. Like, a lot of people figured that like, especially considering, in the lore, I believe the elves supposedly lived in these giant hollowed out trees, almost like Na'vi from the Avatar series. Not always, but like, they were much more in tune with nature. And they did build great temples to their leaders, but like there was nowhere in those temples you could go where there wasn't nature flourishing. So a lot of people figured that, you know, Arlathan, specifically the Silver City, which was the home king, which was the, you know, the big kingdom for Arlathan, was the basically their capital, that disappeared. The whole point of that was that it was supposed to be a myth, and then apparently it's in the game. Guess what? We can't explore it. We can only explore the outer reaches of Arlathan. You decided to give us probably one of the most interesting locations that you could possibly ever get. A mythical city that everyone thought didn't even exist because it was supposedly the ancestral home of the elves and where they initially came, you know, where they initially lived before the Tevinter Imperium arrived and ruined everything. And they didn't do that. And you don't even actually get to explore the Silver City. And it's also not silver, and also that was the whole point, is that the Tevinter Imperium, that was why it was a myth, was because the Tevinter Imperium supposedly sunk the Silver City. As far as we know. That is my understanding of it from what I remember of the lore, which it has been a while, but from what I remember, this is accurate. I distinctly remember in the lore that there was a thing where the whole reason why they had to theorize on what the elves lived like before the Tevinter Imperium took them as slaves was because the Silver City had been destroyed, and a lot of the records about ancient elves' lives was lost, except for like Inuthera and things like that. But specifically, like the main city of the Elven Kingdom, the Silver City, which was the, you know, Arlathan itself, the actual city of Arlathan, which was a little bit closer to being more, I guess you could, no, it was a city. Like it was gone. It said that the Tevinter Imperium sunk it, and that they've never been able to find it. And so I'm like, great. So now we have it, and it's just floating in the sky, and you can't access it. We don't actually get to explore Arlathan. We get to explore the outskirts of Arlathan Forest, the most unimportant pieces of it, which sucks ass. Meanwhile, fucking look at this. Look at the structure of this place. Even the outskirts looks both, like, terrifying and also, like, cool. Because you've got these giant pillars which support the necropolis from the surface. And then you've got these ancient structures. Also, this is the reason why I like the Mournwatch, why I like the necropolis, because the necropolis looks like nothing else in the game. Treviso has some flavors of Minrathous in it. It sometimes does occasionally feel just a touch samey, not very much, but there's a slight element to it, where they feel a little bit vaguely similar. But the necropolis looks like nothing else in the game. And I have nothing to say about the Hossberg wetlands. It's just meh. There's really nothing of note there.
This one keeps its memory.
Honestly, the Hossberg wetlands has, oh my fucking god, it literally is. The Hossberg wetlands feels like the Black Marsh from Dragon Age Origins Awakenings. Except not as cool, because the whole thing with the Black Marsh was that you had this town with a manor, and supposedly the manor was home to a demon that ended up dragging all of its inhabitants into the Fade and killing everybody. And then you have to fight this frickin' spectral dragon after you defeat her, and after you defeat her in her demon form, you have to in order to fully kill her, you have to kill her in her spectral dragon form too. And that was after going through the Fade and being introduced to Justice. And the Hossberg Wetlands very much feels a little bit like that, specifically Gaspin Manor and the area around it. Like dealing with undead and dark, well, I mean, Hossberg Wetlands mostly dealing with Darkspawn, but some of it was undead. Some parts of it were undead, so. Just feels like they were at least inspired by that part. At least a little bit, so. I mean, I was gonna say it also reminds me of, I was gonna say the Hissing Wastes, but that's not true. The Hissing Wastes is quite luscious, actually, because in Inquisition, that's the one that has the Oasis, where the upgrades are for collecting the shards. And you gain resistance to different things. I'm trying to think. God damn it. Oh, God, I need Adderall. Actually keep my train of thought running on time. But, anyway. Ravane, I don't really know how to feel about it just yet. It's just kind of a very stereotypical by the ocean with like kind of a castle with like castle ruins next to it. So it doesn't really feel that unique to me. There's not even necessarily any architecture that truly feels unique to the region in and of itself anyway. Treviso, like I said, sometimes when you're wandering through Treviso, it can sometimes feel doesn't really, oh, actually, that's not accurate. Even saying that, I don't believe it. If you're wandering through Treviso, you generally seem to know you're in Treviso. It's just not that powerful, I guess, of a location. It doesn't really feel all that unique. And neither does Minrathous. Minrathous sort of just feels like a clustered city. Feels like I've been in Minrathous a million times in other games, like Coruscant and Jedi Survivor feels very similar to that with the tight corridors and things like that. It just doesn't feel unique, especially with like the glowing magic signs. It just doesn't feel unique. There are some parts that feel a touch unique, like the boss area for that one Venatori. Sorry. The boss area for that one Venatori mage that was using a red lyrium artifact. That at least felt slightly unique, but the rest of it just feels very kind of stereotypical. Like I've played through that kind of map many, many times in different games. And Treviso, I don't really know how to feel about Treviso. I'm very, very ambivalent to it. That's not what ambivalent means. I don't care about Treviso. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't really have that kind of oomph that I was expecting it to have. Like, a lot of the gameplay trailers showed Treviso to be, like, bathed in these kind of gorgeous, almost sunset colors from, like, candles and lamps and things. Like, really kind of embrace the aspect that you are pulling from Italy with, like, specifically Venice. Because I believe that Treviso and, like, Antiva is supposed to be based on a mixture of Spain and Italy. And it kind of feels like, because, I mean, a lot of people were, from the gameplay trailers, were picturing kind of like this highly romanticized mixture of Spain and Italy with, like, these, you know, these gondolas and these glowing lanterns and things, like, you know, something that's really, really pretty. Almost like the view that you get out of the back of the cafe that I went to with Lucanus. And I believe that was, did I go with Ilario or Viago? I think we went with Ilario. They were supposed to have sex in a gondola. God damn it, that was supposed to be one of his romances. But Treviso just didn't have that kind of oomph. It didn't really have that kind of unique feeling to it, especially under the Antom's control. What I would have wanted to see was that glowing, beautiful, kind of romanticized Italy, Spain kind of idea. But then the parts of it where the Antom have taken over see that it's been dampered. dampened. See that the natural beauty's been dampened because of the Antom desperately vying for control.
He's yet.
To be fair, if I was gonna do it, I definitely wouldn't have had the
So many
Anton be
rules.
antagonist in that
What's
way.
following? What are you? Stay away! They're gone. House is safe.
Ugh. If I was going to have Treviso in the game, I would use Zevran as my link. Because Zevran is already a pre-established character. You get to import a few choices. Like, I want to be able to have characters or I want to be able to have the players have their choices matter in past games. So, Zevran's in the game. No, pretty much no matter what. And he would be your contact with the crows. Ooh. My controller is vibrating. That was weird. Hold on. I think I have something on my phone. I'm just checking real quick. Nope, never mind. We're good. Each cutting withers when I attempt to replant it with the necropolis. Moon lilies. There's no moon down here either. What in the... Okay, that was interesting. I did not know I could do that. I was wondering what the rumbling was. Turns out it was a magic mist door. Okay. Interesting. Keep an eye out for those. That's interesting. Oh,
Let's see if we can figure this out.
It's a meditative puzzle on the echoes of our actions.
frost blown dark before the dawn, sightless gulf of endlessly no sound murmurs, mind nothing turns.
You know the solution?
It needs to be discovered if it's to have any meaning.
All right.
You mean... And by that you mean the wisp is gonna lead the way. Fire on the sands above stirs the breath and pains the
Right away.
Yep, that was 2. There's little symbols on the side of it. Over here.
Straight
Yeah,
away.
these riddles mean nothing.
Certainly.
Last one.
Of course.
That opened up something.
Oh yeah, the gate.
Nope, that's... I forgot that's a secret entrance to a portal upstairs.
Nice. Oh, an organ jar. How fun. Nice. Creepy.
I understand that your mother is quite the scholar, Tash.
Yep.
It must have been wonderful growing up learning from her.
Yeah, it was great.
That's it. Okay. Oh, yeah, I already read it. Well, I'm trying to see if there are any more of those secret entrances with like the mists and stuff. There's this over here. I'm not sure where this leads. It's just a terrace. Yep, no, that's it. Just a random giant hole in the gating. There's one over here, but this is where me and Emmerich had tea, so. But I like this. I like the necropolis a lot, especially considering there's like a lot less hostile enemies here, so you can kind of naturally look around, just admire the site a lot more, and just admire the overall structure of the place a lot easier. Yeah, I got a new helmet, which I probably won't care about. Yep, nope, also because it's ugly. Oh, nice, you can't get everything. Oh, Jesus. Takedown to gain a random advantage on takedown. Oh. 50, what was that? 50 takedown damage? 50% stagger, 6 mana on kill. 50 plus mana, I don't want to sacrifice them. Oh, good. Sorry, I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep, but I can't take a nap because I have to be up really early tomorrow, so I take a nap, it's gonna fuck everything up. What is going on? Oh, Grey Warden's Final Repose, which we already did. So, then Docktown. No.
Red Lyrium is showing up all over the city.
Check the back for me.
Of course.
Always good to see you in here, Rook.
Mm-hmm.
Till next time.
Return to the lighthouse. Heart of corruption. Let's go back to the lighthouse.
We have things we gotta do.
Shit. Going back to the lighthouse.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt. Everyone except us, seems like. Guess the First Warden holds a grudge.
Calling wardens back from all over Thetis is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move.
Even the
hearing
one
there's
that
an
destroyed the
archdemon with
south?
them.
Razakal or
The other
Luskan?
archdemons are dead. Only Razakale and Lusikan live. So which one is it?
No one has a good look yet. Makes it hard to tell. Rook, if the gods have an archdemon, Warden lore says archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solus. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
And by others, I mean literally everybody.
Strength earns mastery.
Before I upgrade anything, I want to make sure that I'm at my pinnacle here. Nav needs to talk to me. Lucanus is still refusing to talk to me. I fucking hate that.
You seem at home here. Or is it a front? You know something? So much for a straight on.
Nev, you don't strike me as an animal person. Besides cats.
Oh, I'm not. Back home, you find a creature bigger than a cat, and it's probably half demonic. Damned if a third of the cats aren't either.
Not a demon, but you've got grit, right, Hassan? Sure you do.
Of all the nonsense we've run into, you're what's strange.
Hassan? Really?
There's been a god or two I didn't expect. But bad mages trying to make the world worse, that's not new.
That's not new.
I had an uncle who went on about wardens and griffins. Loved the feathered things. They were always the heroes. If we're getting bedtime stories turned real, having griffins in the world again, it's not the one I'd have bet on.
You never told
Were
me
you
about
close
him.
with your uncle?
I didn't see him much, but yeah, we were. There aren't a lot of mages in my family, and in a city like Menrathis, it always matters. I learned quick who wanted to use me to step up the social ladder. My uncle wasn't one of them. He'd have talked your ear right off, Hassan.
In the stories, I assume wardens were heroes too?
That's
Some
a
of them.
flirtation.
And in real life?
Some of them. Sing your praises and you still want something. I'll find you a treat if you don't tell Davrin. Have we got a deal?
Hey, Hassan.
Don't
between
judge
you and
me.
I think I like her. A lot.
That's not what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Maybe a crush. Maybe just
Listen
friends.
up.
I don't
If
know.
Davrin finds crumbs, Rook takes the fall.
Falling. On it.
Well, I lost Lucanus, and so I guess since I'm stuck between these two, I suppose that I'm...
You know, we have more comfortable rooms and basically infinite space, so why,
Why does the trained assassin prefer a quiet, unassuming spot with good choke points?
Guess you just answered that question.
Fair enough.
Besides, I'm closer to the coffee.
Oh, yep, a gift for Tavern now.
Good taste.
Anything new? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, the dragon's coma. Oh, through the veil. That's creepy. No, we're just gonna leave the Solus one. The one that looks the least creepy. Haven't seen Harding in a minute.
Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
The Shaper didn't like me asking about Shaper Volta. Or harassing people with talk of dwarven magic.
Who cares what they say? That shouldn't stop you.
I don't have a choice. At least I know I'm not gonna find answers in Orzammar.
Ah, so what now?
I was thinking, the voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Huh?
There is another great Tig, the original capital of the dwarves, Kal Shirak.
Kal Shirak.
It was
Yeah, Kal Shirak. So first of all, you actually this is the part that stresses me out the most. So when we were traveling through the deep roads in Origins, you actually find Kal Shirak. It's dead.
Us during the First Blight, and its people survived in isolation for hundreds of years.
Yeah, survived, as in past tense. They're dead now.
They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're closer to the stone?
But I thought they were all dead. I know the Legion of the Dead was over there, but last time I checked, Kal Shirak was still dead. Because I thought, I'm almost entirely certain that we went there in Origins and it was dead, and it was like a darkspawn hotbed.
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
Okay,
I'm curious about Kal Shirak's isolation.
The dwarves took heavy losses during the First Blight. To stop the Darkspawn from overrunning them, they closed off passages in the deep roads. Those that could retreated to Orzammar. Kal Shirak was lost. They abandoned the city and its people, sealed them away with the Darkspawn.
That's awful, but I guess...
This one's more accurate for a warden.
They had to. Lose a Tig or lose everyone.
Children, families. It's unforgivable.
You are in a very privileged situation to be saying such a thing. I, being a Grey Warden, do not have that luxury. I also like that she didn't disapprove of that, because it's like, no, it's true. It's either lose a Tig or you lose the entire kingdom of Orzammar. Which one? And Orzammar's not just singular. I mean, it is a Tig, but it's bigger than that.
Sometimes people have to do unforgivable things.
You've heard, haven't you, that the Kal Shirak dwarves were forced to change in order to survive. No one's really sure what that means exactly.
When we find them, you can ask. Are you sure Orzammar isn't...
Pressing them for information would be tricky. I could anger someone important. If Kal Shirak doesn't turn out, I can go back to poking at Orzammar. But not before then.
Right,
how do we get in touch with these Kal...
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts.
especially considering how far into the deep roads we went in Inquisition. But even in Inquisition, we did not go anywhere near as far into the deep roads as the hero of Ferelden did, considering they crossed the fucking continent using the deep roads.
I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
Okay, well, Weissop needs to get dealt with first. Parting contact. Oh! Yep, deep roads. Staple of every single one of these fucking games. Not that one. Let me go talk to Solus, which this will be the first time I'm talking to him since unveiling his regrets, so it should be interesting.
How fares your battle?
The gods are
Poorly.
moving against Weishaupt and the Grey Wardens. We've heard rumors the Darkspawn are being led by an archdemon.
And you have questions?
I need to know how archdemons relate to the gods. Are they just like the Blooded Dragons, or are they something else?
I am dreading what this is going to lead to in terms of lore-based conclusions. Fucking God.
I also need to know how to deal with the gods if they show up at Weishaupt.
Because remember, an archdemon in the past required the death of a warden, because only since the wardens are created by drinking archdemon blood and are imbued with their power, the only way to kill... Because, I mean, archdemons are usually reborn. It's the reason why they couldn't kill Dumat for like 100 fucking years. Even though they managed to kill him several times, he just kept rebirthing himself. I know it's poor structure of that sentence, but he kept respawning himself, because an archdemon's soul requires someone to drink archdemon blood for it to cancel out. The problem is, whoever drinks the archdemon blood, their soul will be destroyed in the process.
I propose a bargain. I will answer your question if you answer mine.
What?
How are the Grey Wardens? Do they understand the truth of the danger yet?
No, they don't. Well, their leader's a moron.
No, the First Warden still refuses to listen.
As I feared.
I tried diplomacy. I tried being firm. Nothing worked.
When I asked you why you should be trusted to lead the fight, you said you were no stranger to fighting stronger opponents. That sufficed for me. But the Grey Wardens fight Darkspawn and Archdemons, foes no one else can stand against. They see themselves as the best prepared for this battle. You cannot defeat Elganan and Gillenane without the Wardens. What will you do to bring them to your side?
If I can get rid of the First Warden...
I don't have to convince all of them. I just have to convince the First Warden.
Or remove him.
Enjoyable as that is to imagine, I doubt the rest of the Wardens would approve.
Did you know the Evanuris once numbered many more than those whose names survive in the Elven Pantheon? One warlord was particularly cruel. I sought to free his slaves, but so fearsome was his reputation that none would join me.
Andorral, I'm assuming? The elven god of slaves?
What did you do?
Well, that was not... Well, he wasn't the elven god of slaves. Andorral was the old god of slaves.
Laugh at him.
How did that help?
For 12 years. Every sound near him, from whispered pleas to shouted oaths to crackling fire, all became mocking laughter. His mind broke under the ridicule, and when he fell, his slaves rose up and joined me.
I doubt laughter is going to work on the First Warden.
If not that, then what?
Whatever it takes.
Easily said. But it will have to be enough for now. You have answered my
Remove him.
question.
You
and I owe you
undermine
an
his
answer in
authority
return.
by pointing out
Yes.
that he's a blind fool.
The old gods of
The old
Tevinter.
gods of Tevinter,
The
the
archdemons.
There never were Tevinter gods. The archdemons, as you call them, were always merely the weapons of the Evanuris.
Let's hope we can find the gods before they find their weapons.
Unfortunately, the Dragon Thrall's life force is bound to the Evanuris as both power and protection. You will not be able to kill or likely even harm one of the Evanuris until their Dragon Thrall is slain.
Okay. So what the fuck does that mean? So they're both power and protection. Okay. So that leaves me with a million fucking questions. How in the Crimson Hell did the archdemons... First of all, why the hell were the archdemons slumbering beneath the earth anyway? Why were they in the Tigers? Second of all, what happened to the gods whose archdemons were slain? Because you said it serves as power and protection, but you said you still have to kill them after that. Killing the archdemon doesn't automatically kill the god, it just leaves them vulnerable. So, what happened to the other gods? And also, by the way, how in the hell did you manage to tie the power of the Veil to the life force of the Evanuris if they were unable to be harmed because they already had archdemons? And there's no way they wouldn't have had archdemons, because how the hell would they have connected to the archdemons through the Fade? When the whole point was the Veil was supposed to serve as a prison, it kept the Blight out. So they would have had to... And remember, the Blight wasn't in the world yet, so there's no way... oh, fuck God. Okay, so the way I see it, the only way this could work, and it barely, and some of it still doesn't work anyway. So the Tevinter Magisters were whispered to by the Evanuris in their dreams, which is because that was the only way that the Evanuris could actually contact mortals, was through their dreams. Okay. Question. Oh, I mean, that's because they also had dreamers in... That's because they also had dreamers. The dreamers were a specific class of mage in Tevinter. Wait, they still have those! And those people aren't trying to rip open the Fade. Because the whole point was like, oh, well, they were dreamers. And so what was happening was the old gods were whispering in their ears saying, you know, basically encouraging them to take the power for themselves and to sit upon the throne of the Maker. But it's like, okay, if that was the Evanuris whispering in their ears, then what happened with... Oh, God, fuck. No, never mind. This doesn't make any sense. So, if the Evanuris were whispering in... okay, let's say the Evanuris were the ones whispering to the Magisters in their dreams, telling them, hey, break into the Fade, take the power of the gods, and sit on the Golden Throne, because they knew that opening the Golden City would let the Blight out, and hopefully let them out. The problem is, what cast them out? My question is, why did the Magisters why were the Magisters cast down? Yes, they released the Blight, but none of the elven gods got out. And they only released a fraction of the Blight, not even the full power of it, supposedly, at least according to this game's lore. But they also didn't release either or any of the Evanuris in the process. So I'm confused because this doesn't make any fucking sense. It's okay. It's a timeline of events. Evanuris whispered into the ears of the old gods, claiming to be different. Why would they say, like, that's the part that doesn't make any sense. If the Evanuris and the old gods were the same, why did they call Dumat the god of silence if Elgar'nan was the god of vengeance and, Andoril was the god of slaves, but June was the god of the craft, which is, what led to the slaves. Like, the attributes, would they be so mixed up? Why would they not be, like... Because, I mean... It's not... It wouldn't have been a stretch for the Tevinter Imperium and have it so that their attributes accurately reflected them. Like, June, the god of craft, could have still been the god of slaves at the same time. Because, I mean, those two things kind of work hand in hand as, like, slaves bound in chains and everything like that. But, like, Razakal is the god of mystery or night. I forget which one. Andoril's the god of slaves, Dumat the god of silence. Selaise was the goddess of the... Selaise was the god or goddess of the hearth in of the Evanorith, and then there was another god, I think it was Torat, who was the old god of fire. That's the only one that actually has, like, an attribute. And I'm just like, okay, some of these make sense and some of these don't. Especially in regards to Falun Din, who's the god of the dead. Because the only other connection you have for him is nighttime. I mean, there's, oh, yeah, and then Andriel, goddess of the hunt, was... Oh, no, Andriel, goddess of the hunt, was supposed to be, Luskan, god of night. Which is, yeah, that's the point, is, like, Razakal and Luskan don't match up with the attributes. That's also another part of this that doesn't make any sense. Dumat would have been Elgarnon, Gillenane would have been Urthemiel. Because Gillenane was the mother of the Hala, and the Hala was said to be the most beautiful creature, so she was the goddess of animals and monsters, technically, but also she was technically the god of beauty. And Urthemiel was the Tevinter old god of beauty. And then Dumat was the god of silence, and being the most powerful of all the archdemons, it would have been Elgarnon. Andoril, god of slaves, would have been June, the goddess of the craft, because craft, slave chains and things like that. Yeah, and Luskan and Razakal are like the god of chaos, and the god of mist, and the god of night, I think. Razakal, I believe, is the god of chaos, and Luskan is the god of night. And the god of chaos would be, oh god, I forget who it was. But none of this matches up, literally at all. That's the reason why it should have been, I think I said this already, it should have been, the Evaners who should have appeared should have been Anduril and, because I mean, like I said, Gillenane was, technically speaking, the closest we would ever get to the Evaners as goddess of beauty, so she would be tied to Urthemiel. Elgarnon would be tied to Dumat. I forget who. I think we'll get some more lore regarding which archdemons are there. I'm hoping they'll be in the cards. But no, none of this makes any sense, because the question then arises, how did the archdemons get created? Because here's the thing, high dragons cannot be male. It's literally biologically impossible. But Urthemiel and Dumat and Andoril, I believe, were all male. They were all male high dragons. Even great dragons, which are ancient creatures that no longer exist except for, like, one, are all female. Because males just don't grow to the same size of a high dragon or even a great dragon. There's like one great dragon left. And so what's the explanation for there being male high dragons? Because I bet you don't have an answer for that, because they haven't bothered to answer that. They're just like, oh, they're just male dragons. No, there's no such thing as a male high dragon. That's a very important part of the lore, and that's the reason why the old gods were special, because they were male dragons. They were male high dragons, which was said to be impossible. So how are you explaining that? How are you explaining... So what is an archdemon? Because the way you explained it is that the archdemons are essentially just high dragons that have become the thralls of the Evanuris. Technically speaking, a lot of this is piggybacking off of lore established in Inquisition, but a lot of the lore in Inquisition was a balance between either being shit and making no sense, or actually trying to contextualize things in a way that did make sense. It was kind of 50-50. Like, the whole thing of Corypheus being more powerful than a fucking archdemon was the part that I hated the most. Because the fact that he tied his life force to a dragon, and so if you didn't kill the dragon, that then he would just keep respawning, was like, okay, that makes him more powerful than a fucking archdemon already, because that means that he can go... Oh, also the fact that his soul can go into a Grey Warden and not get destroyed, because the whole point was, if an archdemon's soul goes into a Grey Warden, then the souls uniting destroys both of them. It's mutually assured destruction. And not here. Not for Corypheus, because Corypheus, he was more powerful than a fucking archdemon, because his soul could go into the nearest creature that possessed archdemon blood, and instead of it destroying his soul in the process, he'd just instantly be reborn out of their body. Like a creepy sometimes a creepy skinwalker, or sometimes he literally just burst out of them like fucking the alien. Like the xenomorphin alien. Like, God. And then it's like, okay, so he tied his life force to the dragon using the ancient elven artifact that we found. Which, by the way, that artifact is nowhere to be seen in this fucking game. That orb was super important. It literally tore a hole in the Fade in Inquisition, and it's nowhere to be seen in this game. Even though it should have been something that Solus was using in conjunction with the Lyrium dagger to tear down the Fade. Since that's literally what the capability of it is. Because the whole thing with the... Oh, wait, no. It got destroyed. I forgot. In your fight with Corypheus, it gets destroyed. I forgot about that. I'm not sure. They mentioned that they could repair it, potentially. So I don't know. But it's just... Oh, God. Sorry. I'm so desperately wanting to, like, dip into the Grey Warden storyline in Inquisition, because it pisses me off so much, because how in the crimson fuck can Corypheus be powerful enough that he can make every single Grey Warden in all of Thedas hear the calling at the same time? Like, listen, I get he has the orb, but that is a major upgrade. He's now more powerful than any god who's ever lived ever, because that is some serious crazy shit there. That means that we're talking every Grey Warden in all of Thedas, and that was explicitly said during Here Lies the Abyss. When you meet Stroud, Alistair, or Loghain in Crestwood. Specifically said, all the Grey Wardens in all of Thedas are hearing the calling, and I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're telling me that every single Grey Warden in all of Thedas is having the song of the light basically being pushed into their head. And I'm like, okay, listen, we know that the orb, whatever it was called, was used for channeling ancient magics. Ancient elven magics. But as far as we know, it wasn't... As far as we knew, that magic only really involved Fade magic, at least based on what we saw with the Breach. Now, granted, he was using Divine Justinia's death to try and power the orb to unlock it and unlock its power, which actually he did do, because killing Divine Justinian, blowing up the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and absorbing the power of all the people who were there did help to empower it, but, like, I feel like we're stretching it a lot here, to the point where we've broken the tension wire a while ago with this. So, just, like I said, the orb was able to use Fade magics, because that was the whole point of Corypheus, was that he wanted to tear open the Fade, reach the Black City, and take the power of it for himself, so he could rule the world. And apparently, remember, keep this in mind, in the dark future, he did that. He reached the Black City. He sat on the Obsidian Throne. And he took the power of the Fade for himself. He effectively sundered the veil so badly that it no longer, like, the bounds between it destroyed the physical world. Just like what Solus wanted. It's just the only problem was Solus didn't want that because, you know, he didn't have his power back at the time, and Corypheus would have claimed all that power for himself, and it would have torn down the veil in such a way that it would have sundered the entire world rather than just, you know. I don't know, just the Inquisition's got a really messy story as it is, and this is making it worse.
The old stories of the Tevinter gods have them whispering in the dreams of ancient magisters.
Yeah, the Evanores.
How did they do that if they were just tools of the elven gods?
The archdemons were once high dragons. The Evanores bound them as a source of...
No, they... So, listen, you're seriously telling me that when the Evanores bound their dragons, it switched their genders? Because what did I just fucking say? High dragons cannot be male. Urthemiel, Dumat, Andoril, Razakal, and Luskan are all male. In fact, I don't even remember if there's a single one of the single one of the old gods that wasn't a male high dragon. Because that was the whole point. They weren't high dragons, they were more powerful. Because they could command, because a blighted dragon is different from an old god. A blighted dragon is very different from an old god. Blighted dragons cannot control the blight and cannot control darkspawn. The archdemons were once high dragons. The Evanores bound them as a source of power. Okay. When the fuck did they do that? Because what you are establishing makes no fucking sense. You're telling me that I have to kill Razakal and Luskan before I can even so much as touch Gillenane and Elgar'nan, otherwise they will be completely invulnerable. So begs the fucking question, how the hell did you manage to trap them in the Fade by siphoning their own life force and using it to channel that into the Fade if you couldn't harm them? Because according to you, they had already bound their archdemons to each other, because otherwise, how in the hell did they manage to bind their archdemons to them through when they were trapped in the Fade? So which means they would have had to bind their archdemons to them before they got trapped in the Fade. So how the hell did you manage to trap them in the Fade if them binding themselves to archdemons makes them invincible? Your own lore that you are establishing, game, makes no fucking sense. You've created a circular logic problem where what you've established cannot make sense because of something else you already said. You're contradicting your own rules. Jesus Christ.
Power. When I imprisoned the gods, their dragons remained free. That was my mistake.
How did you imprison them in the way you did? Because you set it up so that the Veil was being powered by their life forces. How the hell did you manage to do that if they were invincible because they bound themselves to archdemons? And also, high dragons are not male! High dragons are always female. There is no exception to this rule. So how the hell did they manage to find high dragons that were male?
How so?
I never bound a dragon to myself, for I believed that to enslave another creature was immoral. As such, I did not understand the power that connection gave.
Also, I don't understand. He has an alternate form. He has the form of the Dreadwolf inside of him. Literally, like literally what the stories tell. This giant black shadow wolf with like 8 eyes. Why can the other gods not turn into forms like that? Gillenane has been like altered by the blight, and so she's kind of this weird, creepy tentacle monster, but Elgar'nan just looks like a mad elf with slightly grayish skin. What special powers do they have other than the powers they have? Because, I mean, Solus has all the same powers that they do, except for the fact he also gets to turn into this giant shadow wolf thing.
I thought the prison I had made was perfect. But their dragons were the conduit through which they spoke to dreaming minds.
Wait. You're telling me that the dragons were the ones whispering to the Tevinter Magisters and not the Evanuris from their prison in the Fate. Oh my god. You actually took the stupider option. I didn't think you were going to be so stupid that you'd take that option. You're seriously telling me that the Evanuris, while they were imprisoned in the Fade, kept their archdemons bound to them, and then their archdemons whispered to the Tevinter Magisters while they dreamt in the Fade, where the Evanuris were imprisoned, in order to free the... Holy shit, you actually made yourself seem stupider than you already were. How in the hell did you actually go with the, at most, the stupidest option you could have taken? That's... Oh my god, I was actually going to give you the benefit of doubt that you'd have some level of common sense. You actually took the worst option you possibly could. Holy shit.
What can you tell me about the Archdemon?
Each is different, shaped by the whims and ego. Elganon is the Lord of Tyranny. He would have ruled alone had Mathor not forced him to share power.
Yes! So why was he not the god of silence, being Dumat? Because Luskan, that's who's tied to him, is not that.
Those who are strong, he molds into dictators themselves, with visions of godhood. Those who are weak, he crushes.
I asked you about
his
the dragon.
archdemon reflects him. It is huge to feed his ego, the epitome of dragonkind, bent to his will.
No, because that's not who Luskan is. Luskan is... Okay, I meant the fact that that Luskan is said to be the dragon of night, isn't he? Hold on. I always forget the aspects. Razakal, I believe, is the dragon of chaos, which doesn't make sense for Gillenane anyway. Hold on. Luskan. Hold on. Luskan is the dragon of night. How the hell does that make any sense for Elgranon? Elgranon is the... You literally just said Elgranon is the god of... is the lord of tyranny. He is also the god of vengeance and the all-father of the elves. How the hell does the god of night represent him when Dumat, the god of silence, which is what happens after you achieve vengeance, would make so much more sense? And then is the... Hold on. Razakal. Yep, Dragon of Mystery. Dragon of fucking Mystery. Also remember, the Archdemons were said to have been imprisoned underground by the Maker for challenging his power. They were gods themselves. How, we don't know why, but it would have been made way more sense if we found out that the Archdemons were actually, like, spirits taken physical form. Like they were, like, the prime form of demons. Because we have seen that before. We've seen gods, or at least extremely powerful beings making themselves out to be gods, take on the forms of dragons. That's what Hakan did, which, by the way, none of this addresses that. None of this addresses Jaws of Hakan, and the fact that Hakan was an actual god who was imprisoned in the body of a dragon, and Amarid, the original Inquisitor, literally had to sacrifice his life force and keep himself alive for centuries just to keep Hakan imprisoned. No, but no, we're not going to address that part.
What about Gillenane and her dragon? Pride and ego can blind some.
You mean the fact that she's bound to Razakal, god of chaos, and that's not what she is at all? Just like how Elgranon is bound to Razakal, or bound to Luskan, god of night, which makes no sense because he's the god of tyranny and vengeance. And Gillenane is the goddess of monsters, and... Well, Gillenane's not the goddess of monsters. She's the goddess of Hala and beauty. At least in Evanuris lore. And that's in the Evanuris lore alongside Elgranon being the god of tyranny and vengeance. She was the mother of the Hala and the goddess of beauty. So Urthemiel would be that. And also, I fucking hate her design. I've already said that so many times, and I will keep repeating it.
We can exploit that.
By contrast, Gillenane was a servant of Andrul, whose skill at making monsters earned her promotion to the Evanuris. She is brilliant, ambitious.
Her skill at making monsters. So you're getting confused with June, because June was the goddess of the craft within the Evanuris, and now you're saying that Gillenane was essentially her, but with, like, on a she was basically a biological... What's the fuck is the difference? What, June was a crafter and Gillenane was just the opposite, but with, like, biological material? This sounds more like June. Gillenane was the mother of the Hala and the goddess of beauty. A big thing should have been about vanity for her. This should have been, if they were going to do this angle of, like, creating monsters, this should have been June. Because June was also supposedly the one who came up with the Valaslin, which is a mind control for the elves, and that's how they managed to enslave them. But also, making it so that she was also, like, a creator of these awful monsters, that would have made way more sense if this was June. As it stands, this makes no sense. You literally just threw in a name
and unconstrained by anything you would understand as morality.
It stuck. Literally just threw in a name and hope it stuck. It didn't.
In a kinder world, you would never need to see what she has done to her archdemon. In this world, I only hope you kill it quickly. In any event, the Evanuris will not be vulnerable until their archdemons are dead.
What am I missing?
Any other surprises we should know about?
Even with their dragons dead, the Evanuris are powerful and well protected. You will need to use my dagger, the one you recovered. It can pierce their enchantments and strike them down.
All right. Kill the archdemons, then use the dagger to take down the gods.
Even a single opportunity to strike the Evanuris down will be rare, fleeting, and costly. You will not have another chance to catch them unawares. When you strike, you must be fully prepared.
Why stopped? I think I got something new. Oh yeah, I got the novella collection, comprehensive tome. Execution of Tevinter customs and rituals, beloved textbooks. That feels more like me. Oh god, no. I'm gonna put the toy griffin over here because it's centered a little bit easier. There we go. Gold display. Oh, a Deep Road Shaper, an effigy of the dwarven scholar trusted with putting history and culture to stone. That's a Shaperite. Dalish Nugs. No, I'm fine. Elven Lantern, which I already have one over there. Kneeling Hollow. Oh, that's actually really pretty. Bulbous Vessel, Terrarium Stand. Magical. Probably used to measure something extremely volatile and dangerous. Magical project. They talk about the magical project like it's your thesis, like it's your senior thesis in college. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm actually gonna do the magical device. I think it looks a lot better. And I will be right back. I have to use the restroom. Give me 1 moment. Enjoy the royalty-free, relaxing music in the background.
resituate my blanket here. Give me 1 second. Ooh, sorry. I wonder what that was from. I made like a 5-piece breakfast this morning. 5-piece being like potatoes, bacon, sausage, pancakes, eggs. I think that was it. And also coffee, so I'm just wondering which thing is making me burp. That's fine. I will say the room is actually so small that the decor doesn't really feel like it actually has that much of a bearing on things. Oh, I got anything. Time-worn mage knife. That is actually really pretty, but I do not want it. Twist of the Veil. I fucking hate the Twist of the Veil knife. It looks so ugly. Horn of Misfortune. Ooh! Kind of like it, but honestly, the hilt part of it is really weird looking. I do love the split hill dirk, though. Not the Silverite version. Well, sorry, Silverite version, yes. Black steel, no. But honestly, I'm okay with this one. Even though it's not really a mage knife, it's more of a... I don't know what the hell to call that. I hate that one. Most of the knives in this game, the way they look is really ugly. I hate the fact that this has like 3 prongs. I'm like, it just looks weird. Yes. What's the sharper dragon bone one look like? Ooh. Ooh. Actually, does look pretty good. Enchanted Atham, Dalish, Crystalline Shard, Everite, Obsidian. Nice. No. Let's go with Mythal Sight. That looks really pretty, actually. Yes, please. Okay, Mage Staff. I have a few new ones now, so. Okay, we have the Black Steel version, which is the gold, which I didn't want. We have the Paragon's Luster, which is... Oh, it's kind of a silvery blue. Actually, I do quite like that. Ooh, a new one. We have Veil Seeker Arlathan. Veil Seeker Stormheart, which is the one that I originally had. Veil Seeker Blacksteel. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That actually is really cool. I just don't like the stick at the end. Veil Seeker Silverites, I think. No. Okay, we have regular Stormcaller. Oh. That's not bad, actually. I think I just got a new one. Oh, there's Black Steel, but then we have Paragon's Luster. Which is gorgeous. Arlathan? Just bronze. We have a few more options too, but most of them are kind of samey. I wish that they would have done... what I wish they would have done is instead of having the different types of metal as multiple options, I would have preferred if they had just done one type and then had like maybe a color option beneath it. Because having a giant list like this almost feels kind of misleading in a way. Paragon's Luster is nice though. Feels more hawk-ish than everything else I'm wearing. Think I'm gonna go with the Paragon's Luster though. Yes, please. Do I have any type of new casual wear? Please. Turn. Watchers, that's fucking hideous. That's also hideous. Still hideous. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I don't like the fact that I'm barefoot in that. I honestly like the crow's outfit though, with the it's never casual, but they can still be comfortable. In war, victory, in peace, comfort, in death, still sacrifice. Now, I do have a lot more options for armor though now that I get to look through and kind of experiment with for everybody else. Oh, I mean, for myself as well, I suppose. I have the Wanderer's long coat. Let's see what that's like. Ugly. Ugly. Ugly.
Meh. Actually, I do kind of like that one, actually. Eh. Ugly. Garish, but not actually that bad. Hate it. Damn it, I really like the boots and the thing. Why is it all the same color, though? Not bad, actually. I'm sorry. Minratha Citizen's outfit, Antiva. Oh, it's literally just color. Ugly. Ugly. But, like, slightly better metal anyway. Firmly okay. Oh, God. Garish and hideous. Well, the cape is. Oh, the boots are too, but... Ugly. Not bad, actually. Ooh. Very much not bad. Actually pretty nice. Fashionable leathers. That's literally just Dorian's costume, but it is nice. And the legs look weird. That's awful. Boring, but kind of nice. Oh, Dexter's leathers to enter. That's hideous. That I actually don't mind. Ugly. Ugly, ugly. Okay. 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 Hideous. Okay. Yeah, that really is the best option, isn't it, Jesus? Fucking hat. Who are you? I'm not going out for a sun. I'm not going out with a sunbonnet. What? I like this one. Do you have any new options for her bow yet? Nope. God, please change the armor. It's hideous. Whoa! That is huge. Layers of ogre and phoenix leathers designed to protect a monster. That's too much. Griffin's Talon. I do like Blight Killer, it looks pretty. Don't really care much for Grey Edge, even though I think the handle's pretty, but that one, the Griffin Tail, looks awesome. Nice. Basic. Asan's Fury. I feel like this one goes better with everything anyway. Not that I don't think you look spectacular. Funeral finery. Looks nice. That's... no. Wow. Okay, never mind. His basic outfit actually is the part that's the best. His Mortalitasi staff. Hermetic penge. Ooh! I like the turn. Turn! That's actually almost too basic for him. Stop turning. Guardian of the Abyss is... I don't like the fact that it's out ahead. I love this one. I think this one looks phenomenal. But this one... oh. I feel like I'll do that when I get like a darker color for him. This suits the gold though. Oh, she's got a new bow. Stop it. Whoa. Oh, Treviso Poniard. Actually goes much better with the other one. I have it in, yeah, I have this one on the Rialto, which is very... I've looked at all of his options, they look horrible. She is a new one. Winter Long Cloak, Sleuth. Oh. Oh yeah, that one is new. There's that one though, we have that one too, without the hat. And I'm like, no, the hat looks good. Better, much better. Oh, I just noticed the exposed legs. No. Actually, I like this one. Okay. That was for appearances. Now I have to choose actual equipment. Detonation damage versus Darkspawn primers last 25% longer versus Darkspawn. 25% armor damage. Detonations also apply burning. Oh yeah, no, I didn't like Navarre, and it was very green and deathly, and I'm like, no, no. Devinter was nice for a little bit there. I like the red color, but
also restored the rest of the lighthouse because we cleaned up the library, so...
The fires are lit.
Lara's behind because I haven't used her, so... That is the most powerful one that I have currently, aside from Stagger, but... Final attack damage and just 40, yeah. 15 mana generation, hitting a burning enemy with this weapon generates +2 mana, and 50 plus maximum mana, yeah. Deal 80% added fire damage. Arcane Bomb trigger, 20% Arcane Bomb trigger. Triggering an Arcane Bomb now also staggers enemies around your target. Gain 250 health on triggering an Arcane Bomb. Triggering an Arcane Bomb now costs 10 mana, but deals its damage in an area. Deal, oh yeah, 0 physical damage, which is fucking weird. And now deal 80 added fire, necrotic, electricity, and cold damage. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, no, I don't want to take this one off. Oh, yeah, no. Plus 20% damage from all companions. 20% damage from all companions. Gain rally party on perfect defense, which is never gonna happen all that much. Pursuant implements. What? Oh. Gain 50 mana when you use a potion. 25% potion healing effectiveness. Definitely something to consider. Pursuant's implements. I get this one on the left, I at least get 50% maximum mana plus 15% mana generation, which is always good, but... I don't know. Immune to necrosis? Deal 150 necrotic damage and apply necrosis to nearby enemies when you reach low health. Oh my god, that's really fucking broken. That actually is really good. Holy crap. This is a few that I need to watch for. The rest of them I would be more than willing to fucking sell if it gave me the chance to. 20% damage from all companions. % damage versus health. Standard enemies are now always considered to have low health. Does not affect boss enemies. Defeating an enemy grants 5% of ultimate. 20% enhanced damage duration. Duration ability damage. Stagger from duration abilities. 25 mana on kills with duration ability. Ugh. Ugh, God. Blast ability damage. What's this one? Control ability. Stagger from control. 1 mana per 50 stagger dealt by control. Gain precision when you stagger an enemy with a control ability. Projectile ability damage. Barrier damage from projectile abilities. Gain 25 mana projectile ability. Projectile ability. When I'm maximum mana, gain 25% weapon. 30% damage while at low health. Low health triggers 10% earlier. Your health cannot go above 70. Yeah, no. Didn't want to do that one. I'm getting rid of it because it's giving me an extra. %50 maximum mana, yeah. Well, currently, right now, I'm trying out Duration Blast, Control Blast, Area Duration. So try and focus on Control since I have 2 of those. Oh, actually, no, those are both Blast. The Duration shared with that one. Yeah, do Blast and Duration, because that affects at least 2 of them.
Manifestation.
Nope, wrong one. Light staff projectile count? F energy generation. I will absolutely. Plus 25 added physical damage. Well, we're going against Darkspawn, so control. I need. I think I should probably do duration. Health damage. Oh, shit. Plus 1 max potions, just on balance. We're doing that one. I don't care about the rest. Affliction duration. 10% ultimate duration. Damn it. 20% healing received. 30% defense. 250 health. Ah. % defense compared to 30 defense overall. Yes, 10% would be a better boost overall. 10% increase to health, primer duration, physical resistance, ultimate generation, healing received. I kind of want to do healing received, please. Damage at high health, damage at low health. Arcane bomb trigger damage. The mage knife has the fire one. Arcane bomb, fire damage, duration ability. I have to bring Davern with me, so ability critical. Ability critical hits reduce cooldowns by 10%. Fuck yes. My target applies burning, 30-second cooldown, applies bleeding, applies shocked, chilled, applies necrosis, but that's Emmerich. Shocked on barrier break, armor break. Yeah, but that's conditional whether or not they have barrier or armor. Well, I mean, a big thing with her abilities is that they're electric-based for Balara anyway. Invulnerable, Hunter, deflect, stagger, damage. I think the physical damage would probably be better for her. Yeah. Does she have? No, she usually does like setups. Hold on. Stagger. Stagger. Well, these do fire damage, yeah. Electricity and electricity, yeah.
Offer, dweller. I will answer.
is gain detonation. No, wait a minute. That would be perfect for Davrim. Detonations reduce cooldowns by 20% because I usually have used the Griffin to trigger one of my cooldowns. Detonation damage. Yeah. Versus physical damage. Oh. We added necrotic damage. He has detonates overwhelmed, right?
Need and knowledge.
Already added cold damage, yes. Damage. Yep. Siege of Weishaupt. Kel'Sharok. Harding. Detonates overwhelmed, applies sundered. I don't have any. I need someone who detonates overwhelmed. Detonates overwhelmed, detonates weakened, which would be me. Unfortunately, Davrin's attacks are weaker. I don't know why. The game has kind of shot me in the foot. It does generally feel like they're desperately trying to get me to play with Tosh more, because Tosh's abilities do more damage and Davrim's don't, and also there's literally only 2 warriors in the game to choose from, which makes me think that Rook is probably the canon choice for being a warrior rather than a mage, which is not fun to think about. I remember in Dragon Age Origins, for the most part, mages have always been the ones that usually get shot in the foot. Inquisition was the first game where we had a balance of all 3. Because we had 3 mages, Dorian, Solus, Vivienne, 3 warriors, Bull, Blackwell, Cassandra, and 3 rogues. Cole, Sarah, and... Oh my god. Oh my god. Varric.
Deep Roads Alluvian, Hossberg Wetlands Alluvian. Yep, Deep Roads. Deep Roads. I'm assuming Cal Shirok is going to be the one to the left of that, so... Right there. That's probably going to be Cal
So, hold
Shirok.
up. The Blight was the Severed.
Dreams.
Right, dreams of the Titans. And they were driven mad by imprisonment?
Yep.
How do you wrap your head around that?
The same way you wrap your head around the elven gods talking to mortals as the Tevinter old gods who were really their dragon thralls.
Yeah,
Reality is wild. Just go with it.
No, I will not, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. Stop trying to gaslight me, you motherfucker.
Thanks for coming, Rook. I hope the Kalsharok dwarves have some answers.
Assuming they're even alive, because last time I checked, this place was dead. Okay, hold on. Did you... Okay. Did we or did we not go to... Kalsharok... Dragon Age... Origins? I was fucking right! Between Orlais and the Anderfels. Because when you go to Orzammar, you head west. Yeah, because you're heading towards the western approach. Oh, in Origins it's mentioned. Wait, so where the hell did we go? Oh, we went to Kal Harol. The Great Tig. No. Kal Harol is beneath Amaranthine. So I'm just completely forgetting what Tig we went to in Origins. That wasn't Orzammar. Because there were a few we visited in Origins, I believe. Now this looks very, very similar to the catacombs in Minrathous. That is pure lyrium. I should be buzzing right now since I'm a mage. I'll have fun. Havens! Okay, an empty coin purse is just a bag. Ow, deep stalkers. Burning. Oh my god, nice.
I'm there.
We're clear.
Nice.
I'm supposed to meet someone named Veilguard? He told me to come here. He
Um,
seemed nice in his message.
Wait, stop. I thought Cal Shirok was completely lost. And that they've been living in isolation for centuries. How the hell did you even find out that they were even alive? The Tig has been locked for centuries. So how did you even find out that they were all alive? Don't make questions you don't have answers for, game.
So you don't actually know who or what this Veilguard is?
A new friend, I hope.
Pop that chest immediately. Problem is, I can't see anything. It's gonna be one of the special ones. Yep. What is it? 3 deflect maximum stacks. Deflect now absorbs only 40% of the damage. Gain deflect or on perfect defense. I don't know what any of that meant. Okay. Oh, it means I have 6 potions because I have Harding in my party. She gives me an extra one too.
We're supposed to meet Veilguard here.
Get ready. No problem.
Good job! That has to be Veilguard.
Wow.
Veilguard?
Yes.
Okay.
Lace Harding, of the Inquisition.
Wait, how do you know about...
And this is the one they call Rook. And Davrin, Grey Warden. Antunsha Valpartha Vidur.
Anas tu, Salroka.
You have brought a strange assortment to our gates, Lace Harding.
Thank you for your help. What
Thanks
the
for
fuck's
meeting
going
with
on?
us. I really hope you can help Harding.
Yeah, should
You
have
are
gone with the top
gracious in
option.
your address. It is not necessary. Tell me what you wish.
I'm looking for someone touched by the ancients. Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, she has been waiting for you. Follow and keep your weapons ready. The roads are dark. The creatures there even more so.
But this is a Tig, not the roads. The deep roads are the places between the Tigs. It's colloquially known as the deep roads because so many of the Tigs have been lost, making them effectively just waypoints between the roads.
You are staring.
What? No.
You want to know if you can see the corruption you hear we carry?
Sorry. I shouldn't have.
Hold on. I do have some new stuff in the library. Codex. Grey Wardens. Travelers in the Glade. Don't care. Weishaupt is over 1,000 years old. Its armies have fought and won blights, and its banners have never fallen. It's the beacon in the darkness that keeps evil at bay. Thedas would just be a world of ruins without its protection. Find no welcome, but the determined spirit set out to see what it could see. It first visited a kingdom in the south where it found people grieving by a pyre. They cried out, "We know you, thief of life, of body, of peace." They hid themselves and received no welcome, and their spirit left. Destroyer of fortune, of fame, of livestock and servants, they cast it out with magic, and the spirit left. When they saw the spirit, they cried out, "We know you, bringer of knowledge, help meet to our dead." And they held it a banquet and had it say that the spirit returned to its brethren, and told them of its warm welcome in the Middle Kingdom. Some more visited, and the Middle Kingdom honored the spirits. Oh, here we go. Nev's case notes. Luskan and Razakal. Old gods of night and mystery. Doesn't that sound like something I'd get mixed up in? Makes my skin crawl. Old gods are tied with our worst sins, or we're always right and wonderful if you ask the fun stories. I'm sorry, what? Okay, how many aspects does this motherfucker embody? Are you telling me that Elgranon is also the elven god of the sun and vengeance and tyranny? So he's Lathander, Bane, and whoever the hell vengeance is, for just all wrapped up into one? Why do you keep adding attributes to him? And also, how is he linked to Luskan, the god of night, if he's the god of the sun? How the fuck does that make any sense? Wouldn't it be, like, it still should be god of the sun, but like in a like a fury burning kind of way. And that also means that Razakal... Oh, wait, Razakal isn't... Hold on. No. Did I literally just looked it up and I'm already forgetting. Fucking hell. Razakal, Dragon Age, God of... Oh, it is God of Mystery. No, that's supposed to be Fallon... Oh my god, God of Mystery was supposed to be Falondin because he's the God of Knowledge. Jesus Christ, this game cannot keep its shit straight for 5 seconds. New forms, new matrices of blood. Already swim in my dreams. This is not for Andrew. Andrew petitioned on my behalf. She supports me all and everything you say to craft creatures to protect our people. Oh my god. It literally says craft. This is June, not Gillinane. What the fuck are you doing, game? Ugh. Yeah, I know what I got. I got a new one and I'm not interested. Did you get a new one of this? What is it? You gain immovable. I don't honestly know what the hell that is. I'm assuming that just means you can't be knocked down. I'd have Lavendel. Well, it's dead now, so... I am scared. How do they do the guiding philosophy law of the Qunari that assigns everyone a stringently defined role? It prizes communal well-being and fears magic and mages. Yeah, it's also quite tyrannical. Even in here, they classify and say, yeah, archdemons are enormous blight corrupted dragons. They're not just high dragons.
A person will do almost anything to survive. That is what my people did. Become like the Darkspawn, or be destroyed by them.
Not much of a choice.
You're right, Harding, it's not. That's what they had to do to survive. This is just an outpost.
What do you
How do they
mean
manage
you're
to
like the
maintain-
Darkspawn?
You, a Grey Warden, are like them so you can defeat them. We are like them so we can survive them. Kal Sharok was abandoned to its fate many generations ago, when the Darkspawn first came. We lost many, some to the corruption, some by their own hand, and some found another. Atuva Galta Satot. The stone is colder than death, as they say. Darkspawn.
it done.
The shadows down here will play tricks on your mind.
Not far now.
I don't believe me, I know. I spent enough time in the Deep Roads and Origins to know exactly what this hellhole is like.
Blight. It grows too quickly these days, and it feels different.
You can feel the blight?
Someone. Long story. The corruption here has its root elsewhere. Destroy it, and this growth will become vulnerable.
Destroy the source of the blight growths? We can do that.
I will stay on.
Give me a little bit of freedom. Boom. Nice.
Leave it to me. Paragon Metas the champion. Okay. Whoa, alright. Oh. Band. Oh, he ain't doing shit. This never does. I have ADHD, so. Okay, well, can't see the B entrance to that. Can't see that from where we are. I bet it's this way.
Really? You don't say. The only hallway available to us. No shit.
Better be ready. Keep it coming, Rook.
Forgive the interruption. I never want to go the way I actually am supposed to go. Oh, there's a chest up there. Light is currently in my way. Whoa! The minecart train line, I guess, for Kal Sharok. Actually really cool to look at. Especially considering we can go over there, because I'm seeing something glowing over there that I believe we can destroy. It looks like a Venatori crystal. Oh, I have to destroy both ends of it.
Got it. Just thinking, how the hell do I get? I should be able to just jump it. Yeah, okay.
Why does it feel like there's someone watching us?
Very possible. But it's not Darkspawn, because Darkspawn usually like to attack us, but it might be one of the higher up ones. Honestly, the Kal Sharok would have been the perfect way to reintroduce the Architect.
Trouble scouted.
I am not regretting the choice for some of these abilities.
They're hitting us from afar.
Way to go, Rook! Ready again.
I hate fighting Darkspawn. And they're everywhere down here.
Was wide awake before the third mark. There's 4 days in a row now. I swear it's that hum, constant and deep, coming from all around. No one hears it in the waking hours. Above all the activity, as I was laying there, I saw the glow again, red and passing from the shadow of one. Oh God, yeah, that would have been Red
What are
Ligrium.
the chances we won't see any more of them?
Boom. No. Great. What I needed, another common medium helmet. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Start all over again.
Wait, did anyone else see that?
Oh.
I thought I saw someone.
So did
Someone? Down here?
Maybe it was just a shadow.
Oh, I saw that too.
You got it. Heard ya.
Whee! That was fun.
Of course.
Ah! Whoa. This is one hell of a forge. How in the hell have the Darkspawn stayed out of here? And how the hell is the Blight surviving in the face of such intense heat? The Blight hates heat and fire.
Coming at range. Your turn. That's why they call him a monster hunter. Let's just destroy this blight and get out of here. Blight's cleared out. Think we can get through the door now? Let's go check with Veilguard.
Too far of a jump on them to make it.
You did good work. The blight growths have weakened.
So, we can keep going?
Yes. Come.
Lyrium Sanctum. I should be buzzing. Because raw lyrium is extremely powerful and kind of makes your... It's sort of like being on an energy being near raw lyrium for a mage is like
mind yourself and show respect when you enter the
really
sanctum.
Concentrated
yes,
energy drink.
Of course. But who are we meeting?
I will let her speak for herself. But we of Kal Sharok revere her deeply for being one with the stone. They say she was once from Orzammar, but she speaks very little of her past.
Those are golems.
There was blight everywhere outside of those doors. But here, it's clean.
Some protective force is repelling them.
Let's hurry up. If it's going to be a really long pathway, I just want to...
The song. Do you hear it? Coming from all around us. I would love to look around more. Do you think Veilguard would mind?
I think he'd be fine with it.
Just told him about the site and called it Halt Veilguard. Hade Veilguard, the place that waits. Holy shit. The dwarves really did like setting.
We have arrived.
The dwarves really did like making really big.
She's waiting.
Dwarves love really making really big circles.
For leading her here, Veilguard.
The Oracle.
They call me the Oracle.
I already don't like this.
Careful, Harding.
She has nothing to fear.
I know you. Don't I?
Once I was Volta, as you were Lace, then Scout, and now something else.
So you
All
were
this.
wait, so Volta became the Oracle.
Is this what I am? Am I like you?
I cannot tell you what you are. Look within and remember. Remember when the earth was alive and the Titans walked the land. In one voice they sang a chorus of creation.
Wait, when would the Titans have been able to walk the land? The Titans are literally the Tigers. Every cavern is a Titan. They are literally giant, huge. They're continents, essentially, or however big a cavern is. That is a Titan. Most of them are dead now, but
of connection,
or at least asleep.
Isatunal.
The song.
The song.
Yep.
When the Titans fell, we awoke, but the melody was already lost.
The dwarves.
We were always just shattered fragments of a greater whole.
The stone sense. My magic. It's Titan magic. But
back when
why?
They still had those abilities.
Why did this happen? Why do I remember Isatunal? What happened to the Titans?
There's something else here. It's found you.
I figured this looked like a boss arena. At the area at the bottom of the stairs specifically. Wrath of the Stone.
What have you done?
I didn't do anything! You got it!
Never seen that in any monster manuals.
Deep stalkers. That construct probably brought up the wildlife.
Watch the teeth!
Heads up, on your left.
Rook.
One for us.
Nice.
Everyone alive?
Did you feel it? Fury. Such fury. And with you as its mark.
Me? But why?
Because you're powerful.
Your new magic. It could be seen as a threat.
There are horrors in the depths. They have awakened to you now. Look within for your answers. And beware.
So she was Volta.
No, wait! I have more questions.
Huh.
She does that. Riddles, riddles, riddles. Oh, I'm a rock.
But those weren't answers. She gave me nothing. Come back. Make her come back.
Harding.
Ugh. It's all right. I'm all right. Sorry. We're done. Let's just get out of here.
In the deep, deep roads, apparently.
Oh, hey.
They're brooding. Oracle was intense. Want some company?
You look like you could use someone to talk to.
I'm that obvious?
You're being uncharacteristically quiet.
I try to be cheerful. It helps me, and I think it makes other people feel better. But since we saw the Oracle, I don't know.
You're allowed to feel off balance. That experience with the Oracle was intense.
But I got nothing out of her except vague hints and even more vague warnings. When you said this was weird, I bet you didn't realize how weird it would get. I just wish I knew what to do.
No matter what, we'll make sure you're safe.
How?
We watch out for you and prepare for a fight.
You think it'll be a fight?
When is it not?
Maybe there's nothing to do now, but wait and see. And thanks for being on this bizarre journey with me. It really makes me feel less alone.
We're in this together, right?
Absolutely.
Harding left the Oracle Sanctum disappointed. Maybe she'd expected too much. Maybe there were no answers to be had. Seething with questions, she forgot the Oracle's dire warning.
What lurked in the depths?
But far below the surface, something was moving. Determined to be seen. And fighting to be remembered.
Remember, the Titans are no longer sane anymore. They are crazy. Because they had their dreams cut off, so now they're just belligerent and insane. To Rook and Harding? Baron of the Veil. Ireland said that. Enemies remain weakened when detonated, but cannot be detonated again. Motherfucker, that's really good. Not better than detonation supply burning, but we'll see. Applying weakened also applies if... Oh. Good to have on, but not right now. Okay.
Sunder duration. Detonations have 50% penetration. Detonations grant the whole party 25% penetration for 10 seconds. Hardening deals 50% damage versus sundered enemies. Does she have a sundering thing? Yeah, this is sundered. Apply sundered. I'm the one who usually detonates her stuff. When the effect ends, the final instance of healing is increased by 300%. They finally. Attack my target deals 50% stagger. Wow, stagger an enemy with this ability grants Harding's next ability. Shaper Volta joined with a Titan, and now the Kalsharuk dwarves call her the Oracle, and she talks to them by possessing a stone figure. And you have to write it down, it feels unbelievable. Has the connection to the Titan changed how she experiences the world? Is that why she communicates strangely? There are moments where I feel like time is different or that space is different. Will I end up talking in riddles two ways? Less than 100 of the thousands who inhabited the Tig made it through the deep rivers before the tunnels collapsed. In the following days, we confronted ourselves and each other, struggled against our own monstrosity before the first Darkspawn ever arrived at Kalsharok. Yeah. The Tig was in the Darkspawn's path, and the dwarves sealed it off and retreated to Orzammar. They abandoned their own people, and then about 20 years ago we learned that the city survived and continues to hold a terrible and justified grudge against Orzammar. Kalsharok has secrets, many, many secrets. How they survived the Blight is one, and I hope a great standing of the Titans is another. Charter knows people who can put me in touch. Almost 10 years since Shaper Volta connected with her Titan, and they don't care. I know they know. I delivered the Inquisition report to the Assembly myself. Hey, I got to go inside the Assembly Hall when I got Balin elected as king. Yeah, maybe accepting that we all came from the Titans made it harder for them to defend the caste system and their treatment of the casteless. Ugh. Okay, thanks, game. That's deliberately just completely rude. Because I elected Balin, and Balin wanted to completely do away with the caste system, so fuck you, I guess. Oh, pillar of pillars of Kasharok, the fallen protector. There's a Dirthaman. Venharel, the trickster, the god of trickery. Gillenane, the goddess of beauty, and the Hala. The mother of the Hala. Falun Din, the long night. In narrative, he's the unfamiliar that precedes change, the willing sleep that calms or changes desires. Endings were different in the time of mortals. Falun Din is literally known as the Long Night, and you're telling me that he wasn't linked to Raziskal, the old god of night? Or, sorry, Luskin, the old god of night? Raziskal's mystery. What the fuck is wrong with you, game? You literally have it in your lore that you put in the game that Falun Din is known as the Long Night. And then you have it so that... You have it so that Elgernon is linked to him? What the fuck is wrong with you? Selays is the way of peace. Hearth, dragon of fire. Unspoken, Dirthaman is the keeper of secrets. He is the secret, but yeah. Keeper of secrets, so he would be the dragon of mystery. Oh, God, game, you continue to piss me off. Can't keep your own fucking lore straight. Oh, for me, my only could buy a good toy. Weishaupt. Roads are currently unavailable. Hossberg Wetlands. Hold on, let me get a thing. Siege of Weishaupt, and that is it. That's 40, so we're not doing that yet. Any Davrin? Oh! Lucanus does detonate Overwhelm, okay. No additional healing, but I've got 5 potions in my back pocket, so why not? Wait, where am I going? Yeah, because that's Arlathan, Rivain, Hall of Valor. This is Treviso, Docktown, Necropolis. Well, I'm here. So where the hell do I go? Use the map or Lighthouse Alluvion to go to Weishaupt. Where's the Alluvion to go there? Because I could have swore there used to be one. Well, that's for Hossberg Wetlands. Defeat the Fall of the Protector in the Heights of Atham. Okay, not gonna lie, this is annoying the hell out of me. I have to go there via the world map rather than, you know, choosing it naturally. Required for the Siege of Weishaupt. Yeah, that's why I said it. 266, 399. $266,399. Ooh, his apply is higher. No, that was weird.
Everyone suit up. All hands for this one.
Still can't believe it. They're attacking Weishaupt? The Warden's unprepared for that.
The gods are going straight for the throat. Unless we cut theirs first.
Cut theirs first.
Just get me close enough.
Make it count.
Just don't miss.
Don't jinx it.
Who gets to tell the first warden we're dropping in?
I was hoping to skip that part.
Yeah, I was hoping to skip that part.
They got an alluvian in storage down in the vault. It was a gift from the Dalish.
Ours should go right to it. Probably. I think.
Let's get to it then. We sneak into Weishaupt nice and quiet. No one sees us. We look around for Antoine.
Really? We're kind of inconspicuous. We kind of look like we're on the set of like a multicultural fantasy setting. We don't look like Grey Wardens because they all have pretty much the same uniform. Lucanus and Davrin are pretty much the only ones that actually look like Grey Wardens. Hardy could probably pass for a scout. Balara looks exactly like a Veil Jumper. Nev looks like she belongs in high society in a populated city. Emmerich looks like a very eccentric mage in a high society city. And Tosh looks like they belong out hunting dragons on the coast.
After that?
Take out a god. End this today.
But no, not beyond that. Great plan.
This isn't the vault.
Ah, crap. They moved the alluvian.
Holy shit, what the hell just happened? And who just jumped back into... Hey, who jumped back into the alluvian?
It didn't break.
Then here.
Sorry.
Oh, thank God.
Catch up when you can.
Darkspawn outside.
Oh, that was Nev cursing in Tevinter.
Darkspawn? In Weishaupt?
Already?
Outside the door.
Stay out of sight,
Mila.
Sit tight, Mila. We'll be back.
How are they already here? There's no way the marching army got here before we could. We literally fast traveled.
Curse you!
Mother of God, how?
Clear him out.
Don't let them near the girl!
They're faster than us.
They've got the gods in their back.
Where are all the wardens? Hiding outside from the sound.
We're on our own.
Wardens should be expecting to be flanked. The Darkspawn are famous for tunneling. Ow! Shit! Thanks for the warning system, game. feels like fighting through the beginning of Origins. Just a little
That's
bit
all
when
of
you're
them, for now.
fighting through the Grey Warden Tower in Ostagar.
You know your Darkspawn.
My dad's a blacksmith for the Wardens. Who are you?
Rook, we're here to help. Do you know Antoine and Evka?
Probably in the war room. I can show you.
I am so going to enjoy looking the first one in the face and telling him, I fucking told you so!
Oh no, the door's blocked.
Oh no!
Is there another way?
Sorry.
A secret
That's just making
passage.
fun of
Come
it.
on.
It's just funny.
Oh, damn.
That's Commander Janos, one of our best.
Holy fuck.
He took them down with him.
Damn.
When did the Darkspawn attack, Mila?
Just a while ago. They started climbing
Oh,
the
whoops.
walls.
You should
Well.
stay here.
I can't. I need to find my dad.
No!
There's worse than Darkspawn on the way.
And walls won't hold it back.
I mean, that means she's dead either way. It's a great encouragement there, Davrin. Davrin, sorry. Because Weissopt is a temporary location. Oh shit. Oh shit. Run. Oh crap.
You face the finest child of the gods.
Holy shit. Okay.
Gillenane brought a bloody dragon.
That's not
Worse.
just a dragon, that's an
archdemon.
archdemon.
We have to get inside.
That's fucking
Get close,
Luskin.
Mila.
Davrin!
Wardens! We can sense an archdemon.
I can
hear the calling.
I hear it too. Head splitting. We'll just push through it.
Holy mother of God. Look at how many of them there are. This is worse than Ostagar. And she's just floating in the... How the fuck is she doing that? I know they're gods, but that feels ridiculous. That's like the Witness level of, like, menace. Seriously, how the fuck is she doing that? Because even Brilliant is powerful. Oh!
Hassan, on that!
We need to close.
Bye, bitch.
Mila, be careful.
I'll watch out for you.
She's a cloud. How do I kill a cloud with a dagger?
One thing at a time. For now, let's not die out here.
The Wardens are trying their best, but they are not doing enough. There's not enough of them, not compared to that. Literally hordes upon hordes of ogres. Oh my god, they're huge. They're bigger than they have been. Also, why does Weissopt look like this? Well, Weissopt is supposed to be bigger than this, but it's also supposed to be a lot more collective. Like, it's all supposed to be, like, relatively centered. But this is, like, really spaced out in kind of really weird ways. It's almost like a giant city, but it's supposed to be a fortress.
Look at all those darkspawn. Will Weishaupt hold?
It has to.
It's never fallen before, and it won't today.
Dead. Whoa. God.
Cease struggling. Lie down. My dragon will be swift.
That's what I mean.
How's your job?
Damn it! God, that is really satisfying when you jump for it. Ow! God damn it! Thanks for the warning system, dick.
Take this shot.
Fucking hell! Mila, where are you?
The war room's ahead.
There you are.
You'll be safe there.
I need to find my dad.
By yourself?
There's places to hide. Darkborn won't find me.
Famous last fucking words. Fang of the Third.
Archdemons attacking the north wall.
Signal of retreat. Fall back to the trap.
Can't see the signal fires through the smoke.
Try the horns.
The Archdemon's too loud.
No one's retreating.
There's no choice, sir. We're under siege. We have to fall back to the dragon trap.
Forget the trap. Send word to Commander Janos. Rally outside the wall.
Commander Janos is dead. That was cool.
Rook.
That was cool.
What are you doing here?
Saving your fucking ass. You didn't listen. And now wardens are dead because of you.
I'm here because you didn't listen. Now it's too late.
For you it is.
Better than what Janos got. What about all the other wardens?
Arrest them.
No, you need to listen to them. We are under attack by a god.
Do you hear yourself? There's no such thing. Stop finding excuses to be a coward.
What the fuck are you huh? There's no such thing. The archdemons are literally considered to be old gods of Tevinter. The fuck are you talking? Okay, holy shit. Okay, this guy is stupid to the point of it actually being parody.
We'll stop the enemy outside the walls.
The enemy is outside the
window.
Grey Wardens don't hide in our castle.
Then
I
what are
won't
you
ask
doing
good
right now?
soldiers to turn tail and run? We're an army of steel, holding back the blight. Order every blade out of Weishaupt.
We'll all die, sir.
That was weird.
That's an order, Warden.
Well, I tried talking.
Can't say I didn't try.
No! Listen to Rook. That's an order.
Devin,
Okay,
tough.
Rook.
Harding like
I
it too.
assume you have a plan.
Yes, I do.
This dragon trap.
The dragon trap.
Tell me
what
about
is it?
It was built 900 years ago to stop an archdemon, but...
Get down!
Get down!
Where's the trap?
Other side of the fortress, but it's never been used.
It only has to work once. Let's go.
A very commanding voice from... Not a very commanding performance from the voice actor there. No, it's just the way I had interactions with the first warden. It's just I have to use the restroom again. I'll come back and I'll finish my thought. Okay. I'm not sure why, because I've seen other people talk down the first warden, but it just felt more correct for my character to just punch him in the face and say, no, I'm not gonna waste words with you when members of our order are already fucking dead. I am not wasting any more time on the likes of you when you are actively getting our fellow soldiers killed. I've tried to convince you, it's right on your doorstep, it's staring you dead in the face, and you're still denying it, so shut the fuck up and take a little nappy poo. And it's just... Also, they very easily could have made the first warden pig-headed, egotistical, and naive while still making him a compelling character. All they had to do was just show an example of... like, use Inquisition, the events of Inquisition, as a reason for him to doubt that there's a new Blight. And to even doubt that, like, the gods are the ones commanding it. It's like, yeah, Corypheus called himself a god too, and he commanded Darkspawn, and it wasn't a fucking Blight. He was just a power-hungry mage who managed to manipulate the Blight and the Darkspawn via blood magic. And so I'm not really concerned about it, because it's not a real Blight. I mean, that's still not an excuse for not caring about it, but at least it would be a better excuse to maybe not involve the first warden and the forces of Wysop. Basically, it would more be like a local problem. Like, it would be a region-specific problem. But the thing is, the South is gone. Specifically because of the Darkspawn. It wasn't even this bad during the 5th Blight. The 5th Blight didn't manage to destroy literally all of Ferelden. There was still stuff to save. I mean, for God's sake, you're able to go back to Redcliffe and the Hinterlands and, like, the Fallowmire and everything like that, and everything seems to be relatively okay. The farmlands are still there. They're being, you know, stalked by predators and wolves and spirits because of the Fade Rifts, but, like, the Blight has healed. Lothering is still absolutely destroyed, and Ostagar is still kind of wild and also destroyed, and also haunted by endless amounts of demons because of the amount of death that happened there. But, which honestly, the fact that Ostagar wasn't a location for, like, closing a really bad Fade Rift, like, maybe there were efforts to rebuild Lothering, and try to recover it since the Blight had finally started to really, you know, retreat, but they were getting invading forces of demons and undead from flooding in from Ostagar because of what happened, and you go there and you find out that there's this huge Fade Rift Just like what happened in Crestwood, kind of, where the mayor killed an entire, like, group of people who all had the taint, even though some of them weren't tainted, but he basically put their families there, even if they didn't have the blight as well. But it's just, sorry, I go off on these tangents I go off on creative tangents thinking about how things could have been better, but like, you could have made the first warden a lot more likable while still being, or, well, you should have made him more sympathetic. Maybe not likable. He still could have been an egotistical, because, I mean, he's a politician first and a Grey Warden second. That was established back in Awakenings. Sorry, I'm trying to pop my neck. Which would have been fine. It's like he's thinking more about politics and all things like that, rather than if there's a blight and he's like, oh, this is just another event of, like, Corypheus, I'm sure. And it's like, the Grey Wardens didn't have to get involved last time, and it solved itself. Excuse me. But it's like, there's no excuse in this, because they've made it so that the entire South is gone. If they made it so that the South, like, was completely under siege at the same time Weissopt was under siege, or maybe Weissopt was the first destination of the Darkspawn Horde, and then it went for the South after that, that would have made more sense, because then the Grey Wardens would have been like, oh yeah, there's been a few Darkspawn sightings, but it's nothing outside of the regular amount that we see, the regular amount that we've seen. It's like, there's some new Darkspawn, but like, there's nowhere near enough activity to justify calling for a 6th blight and, you know, using the treaties. But having it like this, where the South has apparently been completely destroyed, and then having a giant Darkspawn Horde attack Weissopt, it's backwards, and it needed to be the other way around. It needed to be that Weissopt got attacked first, got pretty much destroyed, despite the fact that you did your best, and you lost, and then that left the South open, because that means that the major primary force of Grey Wardens are gone. Or at least they've been scattered to the 4 winds by the giant horde, and then the horde starts moving, then the horde splits, and half of it moves south to sweep over Orlais, and the last final vestige ends up being Denerim, because they're sweeping east. And then that's also the reason why the free marches die. So the Darkspawn are trying to break into major cities like Minrathous and things, but they're more going underground and trying to find their way up. And Treviso has already been, oh god, sorry. The whole order of events of this game is really fucked up. Because, like, why blight Treviso and Minrathous first? Like, wouldn't you want to gather your power first and then start, and, like, show these, and then start making small little, and basically, like, mount up? But I would have, the Siege of Weissopt should have been first. I know this is the finale of Act 2 as well. But this should have been the finale of Act 1 rather than Minrathous or Treviso. That should have been the finale of Act 2. Choosing between Minrathous or Treviso, where it's being attacked by a giant Darkspawn horde in turn with the Venatori and the Antom. Even though the Antom should never have been, whatever.
This is about to get a lot worse. You ready?
Have to be. It's us or nobody.
I thought I heard him knock on my door. That was weird. You will not hold me.
Your fortress offers no protection. There is potential for new forms in your flesh.
Out of range my ass.
Got him. Now let's get past this blight.
How far is it to the drop?
Far enough, we'll have to fight our way to it.
Wonderful. Also, someone did say
We have to get past this blight.
they would have preferred if the warden situation would have, instead of it being, you know, you versus the first warden no matter what, it should have been something a little more akin to,
Wardens, hang on!
that was unconvincing. Oh god, what is it called? It's not Hunt for the Red October, but it is a submarine-based movie with Denzel Washington, where essentially they're worried about a Russian nuclear attack. And they're worried that if they hit it, they'll cause a massive international war.
They got the wardens.
What does the horn mean?
Calling reinforcements to the east battlement.
Where are we?
These battlements! We are the reinforcements!
We cannot take out this many darkspawn ourselves, Rook.
Not trying to! Just need to trap that archdemon!
They're all yours.
clear.
Keep moving.
We're clear for the time being. They're crawling up the walls like ants. There was a ballista here the whole time? God damn it. There it is. I saw the dragon trap. It's up there. Well, it might be applicable here in just a second.
No good. Time to improvise. Maybe that ballista can help.
If it wasn't under a pile of blight, maybe. Why not shoot the dragon?
It's not a dragon, and it takes more than a ballista to kill one.
Yeah, it won't do very much good. For God's sake.
There, we can get through.
So can the darkspawn.
You fight what you call the blight. Pointless. It was always ours to control.
Got him. Okay, it does not feel like we're in the middle of a giant battle anymore.
That's not good. Easy.
Well, I was figuring it was going to be
The
just like a
defenses are gone.
constant flow,
Africa must be ordering a retreat.
which is horrible. We have to kill that goddamn dragon, and now. Jump.
We're getting close. We'll cut across the wall.
Ow!
If this is the wall, it's gone.
There's another way to the trap. Through the library. Takes longer, but it'll get us there.
Let's do it.
Holy shit.
The first warden
God,
will
it's
be a
like the
problem
Battle
when
of
he wakes
Winterfell,
up.
except I can actually
he
see
won't.
what's going on,
I decked him
mostly.
pretty hard.
He'll have bigger problems on his hands than us.
You mean namely the fact that everyone's turned on him? Because he was a coward and he was ordering everyone to just throw themselves to their deaths? What is the point of having a mage, like a stamina slash mana bottle here in the middle of nowhere when I don't need it? Sure would have been useful when I was actually fighting a fucking ogre. Or, well, not an ogre, it was a, you know what I mean. Oh, it's just a tile, okay.
There, across the way. That's the library.
We'll have to go down to the barracks to get there.
Big's being exposed on the walls.
With a giant fucking dragon? Yeah. Whoa, that was weird. Oh, shit. Okay.